Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the official YouTube channel of Officer Study 24/7 or the JAIIB CAIIB English Medium. So before starting the session, do let me know is audio video both are okay? Are we good to go? So do let me know is audio and video both are okay? Are we good to go? Good evening to all of you. So I guess you have seen that this is our new batch in which we are starting your principles and practices of banking subject today. And this is the orientation class of your PPB. Okay. So this is the first class of your increment batch JAIIB October 2024, in which we will be talking about the orientation of your JAIIB and as well as the PPB. Okay. But before moving forward, do write all okay so that I can continue the session. I will know that everything is okay. Do let me know is audio video both are okay? Okay, yes. So let's start the session here. Everything is okay. So as you know, principles and practices of banking is a second paper of yours. That's a paper number 2 after IEIFS. And if I talk about this subject is, you will find it easy because whatever you study in your PPB syllabus in module A and B, you will feel like I already know about it. I already heard this term. I already worked in the bank on this particular term. So it's easy to understand. This subject is what? It is easy to understand. Then what's the problem with this subject? The problem is this is the biggest subject. It have a huge syllabus. The PPB has the huge syllabus. The 1000 pages book we have is of your PPB, the biggest syllabus of JAIIB. So when you will be studying this subject, you will feel related to this subject. You will find this subject easy. But the only problem is syllabus is very lengthy. So we have to start early and we have to have a strategy that the upcoming 2 months, because our paper is starting from 20th of October. So in the upcoming 2 months, what we should do so that we will be able to clear the paper, that we have to find out. Okay. So let's start the PPB English medium here. And before moving forward with the orientation class, I guess all of you have seen this notification of IIBF that was given on 1st of August, because from 1st of August, it have been said that the JAIIB November 2024 paper registration will start, but it is postponed by the IIBF. Now the registration will start from 6th of August. Okay, the registration is going to start from what? From the 6th of August, the registration of JAIIB is going to start. Clear? Now, so what are the important dates for us to remember? The first is the registration is starting from 6th of August. And do remember, once the registration starts, do make sure you enroll yourself or you register yourself as soon as possible. Because there is tiniest chances that if you register yourself early, you will get your venue and time slot decided as per your wish. Like what center you want nearest to your hometown or the time slot you want, there is a chances that you will get it, but not guarantees. Okay, because what IIBF have done in the June 2024 paper was IIBF have actually made this situation in the country, so in the paper June 2024, that the 2 subjects was having the same center or venue and the next 2 subjects was having a same centers or venue. So let's say IEIFS is at a center A, then PPB will be at the center B. Then AFM will be at center A and RBWM will be at a center B. So this is how the IIBF have changed the venues. So, but still, do make sure you try to enroll or register yourself as soon as the registration starts on 6th of August. So only the registration dates have been changed. No changes are there in the examination date. So our exams are starting from 20th of October. And the first paper we have is Indian economy and Indian financial system. Okay. The first subject or the first paper we have is on 20th of October of Indian economy and Indian financial system. The second paper we have of 26th of October, it is of principles and practices of banking. Okay, the second paper is of what? Principles and practices of banking. Third, we have 27th of October, it is accounting and financial management for bankers. And the fourth paper will be of on 9th of November, that will be of retail banking and wealth management. So do not miss this, that there is no gap between the PPB and AFM paper. PPB will be on 26th and AFM will be on 27th. There is no gap between these two papers, right? There is no gap between these two papers. It means very obvious that we have to find out the smart way to cover this, all the 4 subjects, and clear the paper. And the first thing you have to have in your mind that start preparing or focus on these 3 subjects first. IEIFS, PPB and AFM are these 3 subjects from which you have to start. Retail banking you can ignore right now, but in the retail banking, like we have a 2 weeks gap in the retail banking, like 14 days we have only for the retail banking, no other paper is there. Okay, and in the retail banking, for those 2 weeks, you will get 3 hours morning and 3 hours evening classes. It means 1 day per day you will be having a 6 hours class of RBWM only. So it will be easily covered after the AFM paper. So can we totally ignore the RBWM right now? No, not the totally. Right now what you can do, Vishal sir will be taking care of this subject. So Vishal sir is taking YouTube sessions of your RBWM, right? So do make sure you go and check the YouTube session. That's of hardly 45 to 1 hour, 45 minutes to 60 minutes. So do make sure you follow those sessions, you follow those classes for now. And from after your AFM paper completed, when you come home after giving the AFM paper, then focus on your RBWM paper. Okay, then start focusing on your RBWM. You have 2 weeks and it can be easily covered because it's the smallest paper of your JAIIB. Okay, it have only 30 units. And very small units are there, right? So these are the important dates we have to cover. Right now, you have to focus on Indian economy, Indian financial system, PPB and AFM. Indian economy, Indian financial system subject you will find, when you will study the subject, you will find like, yes, I am understanding the concept, I am understanding the syllabus. But when you will be in the examination hall, you will feel like I'm not able to find out which answer will be correct. Because this is the subject in which language will be made very tricky, and after knowing the conceptual study, after knowing the concepts and knowing the question and options, still there is a chances you might be not able to answer the right option because of the trickiness of language. So the IEIFS subject have a toughest paper. Then second, we have a principles and practices of banking. PPB have a toughest syllabus. PPB have what? It have a toughest syllabus. The maximum syllabus is in the PPB. So when you will be studying PPB, you will feel like it's a very easy subject and you feel related to this subject. Okay, you will feel related to this subject. But we have to be more careful because it have 55 units. In PPB, we have how many units? 55 units. And a very lengthy units they are. So we have to find out the time in which we will be able to cover all the units because nothing can be left. Everything have to be covered in the paper. AFM is a tough paper for those who do not have any accounts background or commerce background. But still, in AFM, there is kind of things you have to study which is not going to change. Hana, the direct entries will be asked to you. It cannot be, the subject cannot be asked in a tricky language. Hana, because whatever the balance sheet is, it will remain the same. You cannot make something else from the balance sheet, right? Obviously. So it's what, that's why the AFM is easy to cover. And the RBWM have a smallest syllabus. So it's also easy to cover, right? So these are the important dates that you have to remember. Now the subjects we have, 4 subjects. First is paper 1, Indian economy and Indian financial system. Paper 2, principles and practice of banking. Paper 3, accounting and financial management for bankers. And the paper 4 is retail banking and wealth management. And in the same sequence, we will be having a paper in October, November 2024 attempt. Okay. Now, what is the pattern of exam? So in the paper, you will find 100 questions are there. And the duration will be to attempt these questions is 120 minutes. It means 2 hours. So when you read it, it feels easy. Like in 2 hours, we have to perform, we have to attempt 100 questions. It is easy to do. Okay, but trust me, it's not anymore because now the paper which IIBF is making, it's lengthy. Okay, and it's have a tricky language. So it make the certain issue for the of the time management. Like if you are going for the JAIIB paper, you have to find out the time management for the paper. You have to attempt the mock test. so that you will be knowing that in 2 hours you are able to read all the 100 questions very carefully and options, and then you have to answer. It's not like you have to hurry up for to reading all the questions in the paper. So because the papers are lengthy and tricky now, we have to do what? We have to practice the full length mock test, and that will be helping us in the time management, which is very much important now. Okay, 100 questions, 2 hours are there. Now, the next point we have is passing criteria of JAIIB. Now, what happens after the bankers come home or they have their shift ended and they have given the paper, submitted the paper, they have a lot of query. So they keep asking, I got this marks, I have cleared the subject or not? I have got these marks in the 3 subjects. How many marks I need in the fourth paper? And I have got these marks in all the 4 papers. I have cleared the JAIIB or not? So a lot of confusions are there among the bankers regarding to clear the paper. Like how, at what point we will be called as that you have cleared the JAIIB. For that, you can see there are 2 passing criteria have been given by IABF. The first passing criteria is saying minimum 50 marks, right? Minimum 50 marks out of 100 have to be covered. Like in each subject, minimum 50 marks have to be covered out of the 100 marks. That's the first criteria. Second criteria is minimum 45 marks in each subject plus aggregate 50 marks in all the subjects. So these are the 2 criteria to clear the paper. Now let's see here what this means. 1 second. Let me erase this. Okay. So you can see the criteria first is for the individual subject or individual paper, and the criteria 2 is simply for JAIIB, all 4 papers in one attempt. Okay. So the first criteria is saying 50 marks minimum in each subject. First criteria. Second criteria is saying 45 marks minimum in each subject plus overall 200 marks. Okay. Overall how much? 200 marks. So these are the 2 criteria have been given. 50 marks minimum and overall 200 marks. Okay, now next. The next thing is very important to know that if you are going for a JAIIB October-November paper, and you want to clear all the 4 subjects of JAIIB in one go, in single attempt, then this criteria will be followed. That is, all JAIIB 4 papers in single attempt will be clear with the minimum 45 marks in each subject plus overall 200 marks minimum. Okay, and the second is, if you go for an individual paper, let's say only IE, IFS, you are clearing in a single attempt. Okay, not all the papers. In that situation, 50 marks are required. Okay, now I will be writing 2 cases in front of you, and you have to answer me that we have cleared the JAIIB or we have just passed the certain question papers. Okay, so let's say there are 4 subjects, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, in first paper you got 50 marks. In second you got 53 marks. In third, you got 58 marks, and in fourth, you got 49 marks. So let me know, in this case, you cleared the JAIIB or you just clear a certain paper. 50, 53, 48, 49. These are the marks of all the 4 subjects respectively. Now let me know, you cleared the JAIIB or a certain subject have been cleared here. In this case. The criteria is written in front of you. Let me know. Okay. Yes, very good. The right answer is you cleared the JAIIB because the minimum marks in all the subject is more than 45. Hana, this says that you cleared JAIIB, all the 4 paper is clear. So minimum 45 in all the subject, and when you total these marks, it is exactly 200. It is accurate 200 marks. It means you have cleared the JAIIB. That's the second criteria you have followed for the passing criteria of your JAIIB. Now let's say now the second case is there. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the paper. Okay, you got 50 marks here. You got 53 marks here, for example. Here you got 44 marks. And let's say here you got 45 marks. Now let me know, have you cleared the JAIIB? Or you have cleared the certain paper or the certain subject? What about the second case? Okay, so here you have not cleared the JAIIB, but you have cleared two subjects. Hana, you have cleared paper 1 and paper 2, but not the JAIIB. Hana, only two subjects have been passed, which have minimum 50. It means first and second have been clear, third and fourth not, because their total is 192. Hana, the total minimum required is 200 and the minimum 45 marks are required. So here there is no 45 marks. Obviously you failed in this paper. Okay, and here it is 45 marks, but the total is not 200. So you cannot apply the second case. Here the first case will be applied. The two paper have been clear. Now for the next attempt, you have to give the another two paper, and each paper you should get 50 marks. Clear? So this is what the passing criteria have been given to you. Yes, you can change to Hindi medium, Anil sir. If by mistake you have enrolled in the English medium, you can go for the Hindi medium. Just call the support number. They will help you out. Okay. So this is the passing criteria. Now, the time limit to clear the JAIIB paper. So if we talk about the membership, right? The membership is for lifetime. Once you get the JAIIBF membership, it's for lifetime. But when you want to give the JAIIB paper or the CAIIB paper, you have to register yourself, right? Like the registration is going to start from 6th of August. So let's say you have registered on the 6th of August. So you will get 5 attempts or 3 years, whichever is earlier. Whichever is earlier, this is the time limit given to you to clear your JAIIB paper. Hana, this is the time limit given to you to clear your paper. The 5 attempts or the 3 years period, whichever is earlier. The 5 attempts and the 3 years period, whichever is earlier, that duration will be given to you to clear your paper. Clear? So this is how the criteria will be decided. Okay, if let's say for example the 5 attempts or 3 years, whatever is earlier out of these two, if you have not cleared all the 4 paper, like you only left with let's say 1 paper, and in that 1 paper you have 49 marks, only 1 marks are less to clear the paper. Okay, your total is 199, all the other subjects have 50 plus, for example, and only 1 mark you need more. But the 5 attempt or 3 years, any which of there is earlier have been completed, then you have to fresh start. Then you will do the registration of JAIIB again, and all the 4 papers you have to clear again. Okay, so the earlier 3 papers you have cleared, no credit will be given for that. So that's the time limit given to you to clear your paper. Okay, let me know the passing criteria as well as your case of time limit to clear the paper is clear. Let me know, are these 2 things are clear to all of you? If you have any doubt, you can ask your query here. Those who are watching us on YouTube, you can also ask your query. I am checking your comments as well. Okay, no doubts. Chalo, let's continue. So now this is your syllabus. All the 4 subjects have 4 modules. Like each subject have 4 modules. Hana? Each subject have 4 modules. So if I talk about the PPB is your paper number 2, Principles and Practices of Banking, and the PPB have 4 modules. Module A, B, C, and D. Module A of PPB talks about the principles and practices of banking. Module B talks about the general banking operation. Module C talks about lending operations of banks. The module A talks about general banking operation. Module B talks about lending operations of bank. Module C talks about banking technology. And the module D talks about the ethics in the banks and financial institution. So when you are going to study the module A and B, you will feel like everything you are studying in the class, you know about it already. Right? You already know about these terminologies. You already know why these terminologies are used in the bank. Because you are practically working on these terminologies in a bank. Hana? You are a banker. Your day-to-day work is what written in these A and B modules. With the detailed description of all the norms, regulations, guidelines given by RBI. Okay? Then module C, you might feel a little tough because it talks about the technology that banks are using to perform all of their transaction. And the module D talks about the ethics. Ethics is simply means which tells the people like what kind of behavior or what way you should act or you should work, that your work, your behavior, your act will be acceptable, will be ethical. Okay, and nothing is wrong with that. So to act in such a way, you have to study the ethics. So these are the 4 modules in PPB, and these 4 modules cover unit 55. How many units are there? 55 units are there. Okay, so this is PPB orientation class. You can see if we talk about the module wise weightage on the basis of May, October 2023 and June 2024 paper, the module A have a weightage of 30 to 35 marks. Module B have a weightage of 25 to 30 marks. Module C have a weightage of 20 to 25 marks. And module D have a weightage of 15 to 20 marks. These are the distributions of your marks among the modules of PPB. And you can see here the maximum weightage here is with A and B module, and the maximum syllabus is only in the A and B module. The A module have from 1 to 21 units, right? How many units are there? 1 to 21 units are only there in the module A. Okay, then you will find 22 to 41 units you will find in the module B. 22 to 41 units. Then 42, right? From 42 to 49, we have in module C. And then 50 to 55 units we have in module D. It's a 51 to 55, it's still 50, okay? 42 to 50 and 51 to 55. So these are the units bifurcation. So you can see C and D units are very small. Sorry, C and D modules are very small. The biggest syllabus is module A and B. And that's why their weightage is more, because they have a more syllabus as well, obviously. So now things we have to remember for this paper is that PPB have 4 modules. Okay, the subject have how many modules? 4 modules, A, B, C, D, 4 modules are there. There are 100 questions that will be asked in the paper. And the marks of these questions will be 100. Then there is no negative marking, right? No negative marking will be there, and the pattern of questions we will be discussing here. So when you talk about the pattern of questions, you will find the first pattern of question will be one-liner questions. One-liner questions will be asked. Second, the match the following questions will be asked. Like the 2 columns will be given to you. Okay, and out of those 2 columns, you have to match the right combination. Match the following. Then we have a filling the blanks questions. In filling the blanks questions, like they will give you a certain paragraph, and in that a single paragraph, you will find 5 to 6 blanks are there, 3 to 4 blanks are there. So you have to answer all those blanks. Okay, then next we have case study questions. In PPB, maximum question you will find is a case study questions. Okay, then you will find what? You will find the case study questions. Next, after case study question, we have numerical questions. We have what? We have numerical questions. PPB have a numerical question. Very less numerical questions are there in the PPP. Like you will find 5 to 6 pattern of numericals will be asked, and the numerical always have been seen asked from the working capital calculation. Hana, the numericals always have been asked from the working capital calculation. So it's very easy. Then the last pattern of question is a statement based question. Statement based question. So these are the pattern of questions you will find in the PPB subject. But the biggest twist in this paper or in any paper of IIBF now is that they are asking that answer the most appropriate. Answer the most appropriate option. Like it will be written in the question that what you have to answer the most appropriate option. So there will be 4 options given to you in the each question, and out of those 4 options you will be asked like answer the most appropriate option here, like the option which is most suitable to your question, Hana, that you have to answer. Clear? And that's what make it difficult. That's what make the paper difficult. When it asks about the most appropriate answer or most appropriate option. Because in such kind of questions, you will find that out of 4 options, 2 or 3 options, you feel like they are correct. You feel like out of these 4, these 2 options or these 3 options are actually true. And they will actually be true. But out of those 3, the 3 are correct. But out of those 3, 1 will be most appropriate. And what happens in these kind of question, when you start, when you are actually attempting this question, you feel you are you are answering the right option. But due to this most appropriate word, in the end, you find your result that you were expecting of 75 marks or 78 or 80 marks. And the result came with the 50 marks, with the 49 marks, with the 48 marks. Because the most appropriate option out of 4, 1 will be there. But to find that 1, you have to have that much conceptual knowledge, depth knowledge, or practical understanding of the subject that you will find which out of these 3 correct options, 1 that is most appropriate to the answer. Okay, so that make the paper more tough now. And this issue will be only resolved once you are actually working on, Hana, once you actually start working on the what? Once you actually start working on the practice. Okay, the more you practice, the less you find the issue with this. Clear? Now, one more thing is there. What happened? One more thing is there. If we talk about number of questions, we have discussed 100 questions will be there. But out of those 100 questions, 25 questions will be of 2 marks that create your 50 marks. 25 questions will be of 1 marks that create your 25 marks. 50 questions will be of 0.5 that gives you 25 marks. So this is how 100 questions will be there of 100 marks. Okay, so questions will be distributed among 1 mark question, 2 mark question, and 0.5 mark question. So 1 mark, we have 25 question, 2 mark, we have 25 question, and 0.5 marks, we have 50 questions. Okay, so this is how your pattern of question and the marks distribution have been done. So paper 2, we have a PPB, that is Principle and Practices of Banking. And these are the modules as you have already seen, Hannah. Now you can see the module A. The General Banking Operation, it have total 21 units. This is the biggest module of PPB, right? This is what? This is the biggest module of your PPB, Principles and Practices of Banking. The second module we have is Functions of Banks. It covers from 22 to your 41 units. These are the total module B units. 22 to 41 units are there in the module B. Okay, the functions of bank talking about. Then the module C and D is there. Module C is from 42 to 50, as I have told you, from 42 to 50, and the module D is 51 to 55. Clear? Module C is banking technology, and module D is ethics in banks and financial issues. So you can see C and D is very small. The biggest part and the huge part is in module A and B. And that's what tough to cover. And that's what the PPB syllabus tough. Because in module A and B, you will find a lot of rules, regulation, norms regarding KYC, AML, CFT, FATF, RBI regulation, FIU, IND regulation. A lot of regulations are there. For different types of customer, you have to provide different types of document. That will create a huge content for you to memorize. Okay, so the huge syllabus is in the PPB, and that's the only difficulty for this subject. Okay, now what we have to do to clear the paper? The important thing, we have to know our exam. Like if we are going for a JAIIB paper, we should know what actually the JAIIB is. Okay, then we have to know your syllabus. So we have seen there are 4 modules. In 4 modules, we have 55 units. How many units are there? 55 units are there. So it's not like all units are very important or equally important. It's very obvious that every unit, every module have to be covered, right? Every module, every unit have to be covered. But the priorities are different. I'd say, for example, from this units, if I talk about. In module C, definitely from 50th unit, you will find 3 to 4 questions from hashtag banking, RegTech, FinTech, e-rupee. But when it comes to the impact of technology adoption, 1 or 2 questions maximum. Okay, from alternate delivery channels, you will find 2 to 3 questions. Okay, so the distribution of marks will be different in the units of your modules of PPB. So that's why if we talk about that, these are the modules that we have to cover. The more focus we have to do on the A and B module. But when we are going to do the revision will be done as per the weightage of the exam. Because we have a less time to cover the syllabus as well as to cover the revision part. So we have to know our exam, we have to know our syllabus. Then it is required to have a proper study plan. Because if you do not have a proper study plan, we will be lagging in covering the syllabus or in conceptual understanding in depth. So we have to have a proper study plan. Then we have to regularly give the mock test to do our self-evaluation to find out that how much we have covered till now, like how much we are capable of covering the syllabus, or we are capable of covering the conceptual understanding and getting the marks in the PPB subject. So to find out that, we have to keep giving good mock tests and keep doing the self-evaluation. And the revise regularly. Revision is very much important in all the subjects, but in PPB it is much more important because PPB has a huge syllabus. I have told you a lot of rules, norms, regulations, restrictions have been given to us, and a lot of documentations list have been given to us in all cases. In case of individual customer account, in case of joint holder account, in case of proprietorship firm account, in case of partnership firm, limited liability partnership, or the company account, the public, private, and the one person company. So all these are the types of customer of a bank. In all these cases, you have to have what? The different types of documentation required. So that's why very important that we perform the proper revision of PPB syllabus. Right? It's very important. So the very basic steps are there that we have to cover. But yes, with very sincerity. Okay, a lot of sincerity is required to clear this paper. Okay, now where we will find the study plan, like how we have to cover the syllabus. So the study plan will be available at the Adda 24/7 store. And on the store, you will find all these batches as well. So right now on all these batches, the 81% discount is going on if you use the code that is Y496. And if you go for the Mahapack, in Mahapack, you will get the double validity with the 81% discount. So that will be much more beneficial for you. So the batch you are attending right now is your increment batch. What are the benefits here and what are the benefits of Mahapack? How to know that, how to enroll in the batches? Simply, first of all, you can see in the individual batches, you will find live conceptual classes, the class PDF, the topic-wise test, the full length mock test, and the ebooks. This is available in the individual batches. If you go for Mahapack, in Mahapack, all the batches classes will be given to you. All mock test, all video solutions, all revision batches, your recorded videos of live classes will be available, ebooks, numerical batches, case study batches, topic-wise questions, in-depth analysis of your subjects, everything will be covered. Plus, your mini marathon, your Maha marathon, your Maha revision, your Chalisa, your practice paper, and if you need a doubt session, you can have a doubt session on 2nd and 4th Saturday with your mentors. You have to ask for it. Okay, so those doubt sessions will be also conducted for you. So this is how you will get the benefits of individual batch and the Mahapack. Okay, and the Mahapack is much more beneficial for all of you because it covers much more requirement of JAIIB paper. Right? If we want to clear the JAIIB paper, we need to be more focused. And we have to do what? We have to do the more focused study. And to check all of these, how to study, what are the benefits available, do download the 24/7 application. So once you download the application, you will find as a homepage, this is your application homepage. Okay. So select the course here, that is JAIIB, CAIIB, then go to the JAIIB October. Okay, these are the October batches. This is the Mahapack with the double validity and 81% discount. And this is the increment batch you are looking for. You are right now watching. So this is your increment batch. How to check the classes? Simply click on the live classes. You will find AFM, IIFS, PPB, and RBWM classes available here. So you can click here and you will find all the classes. Right now it's showing logged because I have not registered. So this is how you can check the live classes. Then if you want to check the test series, just click on the test series. All the topic-wise test and full-length test will be available. So when you scroll down, this is, let's say IIFS have 45 units. So it is written 45 mock test. Click here. When you click here, you will find all the units. Unit number 29. The MCQ number, whatever the MCQ number is, that's your unit number. So MCQ 29 means 29th unit. And when you scroll down, all the unit from the 1 to 45 will be available to you. Okay, like you can see here, 20, 21, 19, 18, 15, first will be available when you scroll down. Let's say this is the first. 41, 42, 43, 44, and this is the unit number 1. So all the units test will be individually given to you. Now, if you want to go check the ebooks, just click here. You will find all the ebooks of your JAIIB paper. Then, simply after checking the information, scroll down and check the study plan. In a study plan, all the details will be given to you. Let's say we are going to start the PPB. So this is a PPB study plan. So what we are going to do in the PPB, module A will be available in the recorded form for all of you. And today is the 3rd of August. We have started the orientation class. From 16th of August, we will be starting the module D first. Then we will be starting your module B, C, and then the syllabus will be ended. So this is how we are going to cover the syllabus of arts. Okay, this is how we are going to cover the syllabus of arts. The module A will be available pre-recorded, then module D, B, and then the module C. B, C, and D, these 3 modules will be live available to you, and the A module will be available as a recorded form. Clear? So this is how you can check the study plan of all the subjects. Then after checking everything, if you like it, then click on the buy now option and enter a code here. And the code will be your Y496. Okay, the code we have to use is Y496. Once you use the code, you will find here 80% discount it's showing. But 81% discount, if you want to take 81% discount, simply purchase the same batch from Adda 24/7 application. You will get 1% additional discount on the coins. 81% discount, 6 months validity, code is Y496. That's the increment batch. And how to use increment batch, I already showed you. Now, the much more beneficial will be your Mahapack, because in Mahapack, how to check the classes? Simply on the home page, you find the live classes, click here, and then you will find the exam. So we want to JAIIB October 24. Then you will find the batches of JAIIB October 24. Okay. If you want to check the test series, click on the test series JAIIB October 24 and you will find the test series for JAIIB October 24. Similarly with the ebooks and the video courses. Okay, after checking everything, just click on the buy now option and again you have to enter a code here that will be Y496 and apply. Once you apply, you will find here again 80% discount, but 1% additional discount will be given to you if you purchase the batch from our 24/7 application. Okay, 1% points will be available to you, 81% discount, 1 year validity. Coupon code will be Y496. Okay, what is the coupon code we have is Y496. Clear? So 1 year validity is there and all the batches, revision batches, everything which is required to clear the paper will be available in the Mahapack. Okay. So this is the whole detail I wanted to give you all. If you have any doubt, do let me know. If you guys have any other doubt regarding the subject, regarding the preparation, regarding the batch, let me know. So after this class, we will be starting from 16th of August, okay, in which we will be in which we will be covering the module D first, then B, and then the C module. Clear? So one more thing, if you want to continue practicing more of your JAIIB subjects, then do subscribe the channel JAIIB CAIIB English Medium. This is the channel dedicated for your all English medium classes for JAIIB as well as for CAIIB, right? The content, the language, the explanation, everything will be in the English language in which you are comfortable with. So do subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that all the upcoming sessions notification will be given to you. And this is the logo of the channel, okay? Now, good luck everyone with your preparation. About the paid groups, I will add you in the paid groups. If you have number, you can share you can send a message. If you do not worry about it. When we will be starting the live classes, I will be giving you the detail of your paid groups, okay? In which you can ask your doubts, so you can ask your class timings or any other doubt if you have, you can ask you. Clear? Any other thing you want to ask? So from today onwards, next class will be on your 16th of August. So do remember, till then, you have to cover the module A in the recording form. So this duration we are giving to you to have a little time to cover the module A. And then we will start with the module D. Okay. So that's all for today. Let's end the session here. We will be meeting again in the next class of your PPB. Till then, take care everyone and good luck with your preparation. And if you find any doubt, you can always reach to your mentors or you can ask in the comment section of this video. Our team will definitely check your comments and answer your queries there. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you all for joining the session and do start your preparation at a very serious note if you haven't started yet, because on 20th of October, we have our first paper of IEIFS. And trust me, it's a very less time and we have to do the study of concepts. In the depth conceptual knowledge is required, plus we have to do the revision, plus we have to do the practice as well. And then we have to clear the paper as well, obviously. So that's why it's a very less time period for us to clear the paper. Do start preparing soon. Okay, take care everyone and see you in the next class.